Hi Reddit. Call me Kate, 29F. I was engaged to a man I thought I'd grow old with, Daniel, 32M, a polished, charming finance consultant with expensive taste and a perfect Instagram smile. We met through mutual friends 6 years ago. He swept me off my feet, the weekend getaways, the wine tastings, the little good morning texts. All of it. We moved in together after 2 years and got engaged 2 years later. I thought we were building something real. Something stable. Here's the thing. Daniel always earned more than me. He was the breadwinner. I'm a freelance designer. I make decent money, but it's feast or famine. Still, I paid my share. Groceries, utilities, dinners. I was never a leech. When we got engaged, Daniel insisted we buy a house together. He said, we need something to grow into. Future kids, you know. That meant everything to me. Family, future, foundation. He paid the $150,000 deposit. But due to his complicated tax situation, his words, not mine, his accountant recommended putting the house in my name only. I was surprised. I even asked, are you sure? He laughed and said, you think I don't trust you? Well, fast forward to now. Turns out, he was the one not to trust. Last month, my best friend Melanie, 30F, came over to hang out. We've known each other since university. She's bold, flirty, and always a little too cozy with Daniel. But I brushed it off. That day, she left her phone at my place. I didn't realize until hours later. She had a habit of panicking over lost stuff, so I thought I'd do her a favor and drop it off. I drove over to her place, only to realize her car wasn't there. I called. No answer. Then it hit me. Her phone's still at my apartment, where Daniel was alone. I drove home. I still wish I hadn't. I opened the door to music playing. A wine glass was broken on the counter. And there, in the hallway, Melanie's shoes. The ones I complimented last week. My heart dropped. I walked quietly down the hall, and yes, I caught them. In bed. Laughing. Naked. Together. In our bed. Melanie had the audacity to scream at me. You could have knocked. Daniel just stared, not even guilty, just irritated. Like I interrupted his spa day. I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I simply said, don't worry. I'll fix this. And I walked out. Update. I stayed with my sister for a few days, processing everything. I didn't cry much. I just thought. And then I remembered. The house. MY house. Paid by him. Titled to me. So I booked a meeting with a real estate attorney and explained the situation. He reviewed the documents and smiled. Technically, you're the sole owner. He has no legal claim to it. Unless you made a written agreement. Did you? Nope. Even better, Daniel wasn't paying the mortgage. He made a big show about the deposit. But I paid the monthly mortgage from my account. Proof? My bank statements. I asked my lawyer, can I sell it? Yes. And you don't even have to notify him. Game on. Update. Over the next 2 weeks, I did everything quietly. Hired a realtor. Scheduled a private showing while Daniel was at work. Cleared out my personal things. Took down all our photos. I even forwarded his mail to a P.O. box so nothing would tip him off. Meanwhile, Daniel thought he was living large. Melanie moved in the same weekend I left. She even posted stories on Instagram from our balcony with the caption, New Beginnings kiss mark. I was silent. Let them play house. Then, I found a cash buyer, a retired couple from out of state. Loved the neighborhood. Offered $750,000. No contingencies. The paperwork was signed within 10 days. Closing was scheduled for Friday morning. I showed up at 8 a.m., final keys in hand. At 9 a.m., the moving trucks arrived. Daniel was still asleep. Melanie opened the door wearing my bathrobe. The couple smiled and said, we're the new owners. The look on her face? Priceless. Daniel came stumbling out in boxers, furious. What the hell is this? I calmly handed him an envelope, a legal notice, and his final eviction letter. You have 24 hours to vacate. New owners are being generous. I wouldn't be. Update. The texts began immediately. You psycho B****, TCH. You can't do this. I paid for that house. So I replied with a voice memo. Yes, you gifted me that money. You didn't co-own it. You didn't pay the bills. You didn't respect me. Now you get nothing. He threatened to sue. My lawyer laughed. No contract. No receipts. No case. I blocked Daniel and Melanie on everything. But mutual friends filled me in. Daniel moved back in with his parents. Melanie dumped him when she found out he had no money, no home, and, surprise, another girl on the side. That last part? I didn't even have to plan. Karma handled it. Update. The sale closed. After mortgage payoff, fees, and taxes, I walked away with $580,000. I donated Daniel's clothes to a shelter. Left a congrats cake on the counter for Melanie that read, "You wanted him. You got him. No house included. Kiss mark." And then, I left. I booked a one-way ticket to Italy. I've spent the past month designing art prints, sipping wine, and watching sunsets from a tiny apartment in Florence. Do I regret it? Not one bit. He betrayed me. My best friend betrayed me. But I kept my cool, played my cards quietly, and walked away with peace, pride, and $500,000. Reddit, revenge isn't always about rage. Sometimes it's just paperwork.